Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to talk about some beautiful new releases from Givenchy Beauty. This is part of their Lunar New Year collection. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Today's video is kindly sponsored by myself. As you guys may know, I have an online beauty consulting service. This is where you and I talk about your beauty concerns, whether it's makeup or skincare. The advantage of talking to me about your beauty concerns versus going into a store is I work for myself. I don't work for any brand in particular. So I will give you my unbiased advice about any concern you might have, and then you are free to go out and purchase or not purchase anything at all. So if you want to make an appointment, please click the link in the description box down below. So the items I want to talk about today were sent to me in PR as gifts, but I am not obligated to say anything in particular. This video is not sponsored by Givenchy. These are just my opinions. So the first item I want to talk about is the Prisme Libre Lunar New Year edition Mousseline Pastel. This is a loose powder. This is a matte finish and enhancing radiance loose powder. As well as the Rouge lipstick in the Marble edition, and this is the shade 888 Golden Red. Now, for the limited edition packaging, it says that Le Rouge and the Prisme Libre are adorned with a deep red and gold shades, and the boxes feature this like brush-like stroke. So you can see the gold pattern here. It's supposed to be as if like you just swatched a calligraphy brush across the box. So what I'll do is I'll start off by going into the loose powder here. This is the number 1 Mousseline Pastel. So this is supposed to be some sort of like harmonizing loose powder. You have 4 shades that are supposed to correct, blur, and perfect. So I've already done my base. I have foundation and concealer on, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this powder here. Now, there are a few ways to use the powder. My preferred way is to just take the little box here and flip it upside down and get some product. There is an adorable little powder puff inside. You can also just go ahead and go like this with the compact. It's really up to you. What I'm going to try to do is, if you get enough product on the sponge here, you can actually get an imprint of the Givenchy logo on your face. So let's go ahead and be extra. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a very subtle little Givenchy logo, and I just think it's really adorable. Now, this is a finishing powder, so it's a setting powder. And I've been testing this out off camera, and what's nice is that it's not too drying. You know, I don't always use a setting powder because I just don't feel the need for it. But what's nice about this one here is that you really just get a really nice, soft little blur. It certainly doesn't dry out the skin. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It doesn't crease. It doesn't dry out or make your makeup look cakey. It just sets the makeup a little bit. And something else you could do is, if you don't want to use the little puff, you could just knock the product into the lid here and then use a big brush and sweep it across the face. I personally do like to go in with the little puff. I just find it to be very extra, and that's just kind of my jam. Okay, so I just finished powdering my face. Now, this does say that this is a matte finish, but I have to say that it's not that matte. Like, it's definitely a soft finish, and I think my foundation looks a little bit less wet than it did beforehand, but it's not drying. Like, if you have dry skin or mature skin, this is not going to like suck out the moisture of your skin. And it's interesting that the mixture of colors just sort of blends together to give you a really nice luminous complexion. It reminds me of the Guerlain Meteorite Pearls. Just the combination of the different colors just gives you a really nice glow. Something else to add, the loose powder here, I believe comes in maybe 4 different shades. So it is inclusive. If you have deeper or darker skin tones, you can find a loose powder to suit your skin tone. However, for the limited edition packaging here, I believe it's just this shade here that's available, which is unfortunate because the gold and red packaging is really stunning, but it's just the packaging, like the actual product inside is the exact same as the other products. So if you just want a color that suits your skin tone, just get the darker one. Now let's move on to the lipstick here. First of all, this lipstick case is so stunning. I think I sort of like skipped the packaging of this here, but I love this gold and red packaging. The red looks and feels like leather or something. It feels very substantial, and if I compare it to my other Givenchy lipsticks, it feels even more substantial and more weighty. I think mixing red and gold together is always such a classic chic look, and it's also very festive for Lunar New Year. The marbling on the lipstick looks impeccable. Like, when you look at this up close, it looks like a work of art. It looks like speckled gold across a red lipstick. It's absolutely stunning. I believe this will have more of a satin finish. Let's go ahead and swatch it. I have been holding off on swatching this one for so long because it's so beautiful and looks so impeccable, but I'm going to have to break it and, you know, wear it eventually. So here we go. Before I go any further, I should definitely add a little bit of blush. I'm going into my Chanel Joues Contraste in Rouge Profond. Okay, this looks a bit better. I sort of forgot for a second that I didn't have any blush on, and I was like, something looks a bit off, but now I look more complete. So something I noticed as I was applying the lipstick, the golden swirl seems to be part of the core of the lipstick. It's not just an overlay or an overspray. It's part of the actual lipstick mixture. So even when you wear it, you'll see that there's like a new layer of this golden swirl of lipstick. This is definitely a satin finish. Since it's a bullet format, it's definitely more comfortable than a liquid lipstick. I'm going to go ahead and wear this for the rest of the day. And what I'll do is I'll leave a note in the comment section. I'll pin a comment and let you know how it wears throughout the day. This is definitely a nice warm red lipstick. I think the gold swirl just makes it a little bit warmer and also makes it a little bit less intense. It's not a super matte, super intense red. Like, it is a beautiful red, but the gold swirl kind of lightens it and makes it a little bit lighter. If I compare it to my Le Rouge Deep Velvet, the Deep Velvet is obviously much more matte and also more intense, more bold, whereas I think this one here is a little bit more wearable. Also to note, the gold swirl effect does not feel gritty. Sometimes that glitter swirl feels like chunky glitter on your lips. This just feels like a regular satin finish lipstick. It's very comfortable. It feels very creamy and hydrating. I'm not exactly sure how mask resistant this would be since it is more of a satin finish. I think you could just go ahead and put a little bit of powder on top of your lips, just a little bit, just to make it more matte and kind of let it stay in place a little bit more if you have to wear a mask over top. And to finish off this whole look, this whole ensemble, let me go into a fragrance. I have here the L'Interdit de Givenchy, and this is the Eau de Parfum Intense. This is a very gourmand fragrance. It screams vanilla, tonka bean, a little bit of star anise, that sweet licorice scent, maybe some sesame seeds as well. It's a really decadent fragrance and perfect for these cold winter months. So this is a limited edition collection. It's for the Lunar New Year, so it won't be here forever. The retailers that are selling this right now are Sephora, Holt Renfrew, Saks Fifth Avenue, Beautylish, and Harrods. I'm going to go ahead and provide affiliate links for you. If you do want this packaging, I mean, trust me, I know. Sometimes I buy products just because the packaging is beautiful. I've been there. If you do want this, I would recommend not waiting too long because on certain retailer sites, one, if not both, are already sold out. So if you do want this, this is a run, don't walk situation. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm certain many of you already own the loose powder because it's quite iconic, it's quite popular. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I wasn't exactly sure where to put these two items because it's really just these two specific items that I wanted to talk about. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to put like in a haul or in a review or tutorial, but I knew that I wanted to like actually demonstrate the products and share my thoughts with you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you're planning on getting this new limited edition collection, or maybe you already have these items at home. Let us know in the comments. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty, and I like to do lots of tutorials. So when I get a new collection, I will create multiple different looks with the same item, so that way you guys at home really get a sense on how to use up all of your makeup. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, I think this is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.